Martinelli is universally loved by Arsenal fans, but this season has been far from his best. And today I'm going to be analysing Gabriel Martinelli and how Arsenal can fix him because he is a top talent that needs to be producing more than he has. But before I begin, if you're new here, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. It will really help the channel out. So in the background, I have some of Martinelli's chances this season. In fact, all of Martinelli's chances from this season, thanks to 91 Chief V2 on Twitter. And I think we really need to hone in and analyze the quality of the chances. Look at where he's picking up the ball and the amount of space he has to engineer by himself. And last season, of course, Martinelli was brilliant. You don't just get 50 non-penalty goals from being an average player. So what's changed? There was a lot of movement, a lot of dynamism around him last season. We saw the likes of Granit Xhaka, we saw Zinchenko. The amount of rotations in between those players with Gabriel Martinelli really helped him. But this season, no offence to Kai Havertz, we've seen his best form be in that number 9 role, but Gabriel Martinelli seems a lot more isolated. He seems to be picking up the ball in such poor areas where he's not able to engineer either a chance or either a goal. And I think the left side as a whole this season has been pretty poor. Even when Leandro Trossard was there, it hasn't really had that spark needed. And it's really, I would say, down to that left centre mid role and also the left backs that have played. With Zinchenko not at the highest level, it's meant that the likes of Tomiyasu, Jakub Kiwior have had to play at left back. And they aren't the best when it comes to inverting and just giving patterns of play and adding to our attacking play. So it means Martinelli, of course, is isolated and has to really engineer everything on his own. This is also why I think when Junior Timber comes back for next season, we're going to see the best version of Gabriel Martinelli. He's going to be able to link with Martinelli and create space for him. That intelligence behind him is what Gabriel Martinelli needs. Even in those friendly games, which I've analysed in previous videos, Junior Timber is picking up really nice positions and you can already just see Martinelli finding space, finding opportunities to shoot at goal. And it's just mouth-watering to really think about that happening. And of course, I touched on it just earlier here, that left centre mid role, which has been occupied by Kai Havertz a lot this season, and it hasn't worked. And I'm going to say something which has been suggested a lot by P. Think him being on the same side of Saka is actually hindering our attacking play on the right. There's a lot of, defenders, midfielders pulling over to the side of Odegaard and Saka, which means that there's not enough space for them sometimes to engineer opportunities. And I think I want you guys to just look at that side of the pitch sometimes and ignore the beautiful football, the beautiful patterns, and more look at how much space Saka and Odegaard and Ben White have to operate in. It's not normal. And I think if you move Odegaard to the left, not only will you maximize the angles that Odegaard best creates chances, you also create better chances for Martinelli and better opportunity for Saka on the right. And I think against Chelsea was the best game to show this. Look at where Odegaard got the assist. He's on that left side and he has the ability to curve the ball in and play those beautiful passes. But on the right, it feels as though he doesn't really struggle, but the angles don't really fit him. And I know I'm being really cruel, but if we want to be the best team in the world, we've got to look at these small details. Saka is better suited with somebody making runs in those little pockets of space. And that's why a lot of people talk about Emil Smith-Rowe coming into the side, because Bukayo needs that extra runner in behind, not somebody who also wants the ball to feet, because we need variety. And I feel like once we see that, we're going to see more goals on that right-hand side of the pitch, even more than we're seeing now. And Martinelli will get his centre mid. That would be something we love to see. We've already seen with Declan Rice on that left 8 role when he plays there. Martinelli has more chances in these 2 clips you've just seen against Wolves, all engineered by Declan Rice. And it's just having that player who's more intelligent and looking to play the pass rather than ghosting into attacking positions, which Kai Havertz did. However, even though I love Gabriel Martinelli, you may have seen a lot of misses in those clips that you maybe have never seen before, and they are decent quality chances. So I think we've got to arrive when the crowd is on him, the crowd is confident in his ability. You get to see the best version of Martinelli. And against Liverpool and Manchester City at home, we saw that best version. You saw how he came off the bench against Man City with so much, enthusiasm. He was really into the game, and he was our best player for sure in that second half, and took us to win the game with that beautiful shot on goal, which was deflected. And against Liverpool again, he seems to love playing Liverpool. He's a big game player, In the running last season, he had 8 goals. That's not something you'd expect from a scrub. This is a top player producing in the running, and it just doesn't change overnight. And we've got to maybe look to him, but also look at the dynamics around him. And I am a bit disappointed we haven't really seen him a lot with Kai Havertz up front and Declan Rice in that 8 role. I feel as though that is the sort of team I want to see play. And I think it will get the best out of Martinelli at the minute, before we can get Drew and Timber in there, before we can get a left-sided midfielder or move Odegaard on that side. We need them guys to play together, and somebody who has the quality behind Martinelli, like Zinchenko, maybe not in his best form right now, but I think these sort of dynamics in and around Martinelli will bring out his best version. We must also not forget how young Martinelli is. He's still 23. He's still got a lot to learn. And these sort of dips in form, you can expect this from most players his age. But because we're so used to him being so good, it comes as a bit of surprise to us. And I've seen a lot of people ask, has Arteta's system changed? No, it hasn't. Martinelli is always the player that maintains the width. Saka is where most of the ball play will be, and then the plan is from Arteta to quickly switch the ball over to Martinelli to use his 1v1 ability. And of course, this season, Martinelli's 1v1 ability hasn't been the best, so we're not really maximising this tactic to its best of abilities. And that's the same for Trossard, that's the same for Jesus when he's played there, that's the same for anybody who's played on that left side of the pitch. They're not really showing the 1v1 abilities that is necessary for Arteta's system. And I think maybe we can just put it down to the players that have played there, to be honest. I think next season, when Arteta really has the players locked into his methods, because obviously last season, it was an eye-opener to the new Arteta way, with Xhaka in the 8, with Odegaard in the 8, with Partey sitting. It was eye-opening. So now the players are now properly getting used to the system, that this is the way Arteta wants to play, and he's not going to adapt. So of course, maybe this season we've seen a bit of a hit with the left side. But remember last season with the defence, there was a problem. And this season, Arteta quickly fixed that, and we're the best defence in the league. So I think just have faith in Martinelli, have faith in Arteta, and we'll get to see the best, not only just in Martinelli as an individual, but in the players that normally play on that left side of the pitch. It's really exciting to know that even with this missing link on that side of the pitch, we can still be challenging for a title. I mean, if you don't have excitement at that, I don't know how else you can be excited as an Arsenal fan. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out these tactical analyses anymore. So without further ado, see you guys later.